Lately, I've been reading for the public for actually right at a little bit over 40 years, close to it, close enough. This, I agree, this is a very, very exciting time because a lot of times when people think that something's a mess, it's actually coming together. And when I was in banking, this gentleman made a statement for about the international crisis. He said there'll never be an international banking crisis because they will go in the closet on the weekend and they'll just change the rules. And my thing was, what are you going to do one day when you go in there and the rules can't be changed anymore? And that's kind of the way it is in the world. We're kind of coming to a point where, you know, the rules can't be changed anymore. The cycle is coming around, and we're actually having to deal with what has been sown in the universe. I break down my predictions into four sections: international, national, state, and local. And then, of course, there's always something for the group. On the international front, there's going to be more bombings and more terrorist attacks. But the thing is, they're going to become a lot more violent and a lot more centralized, but they're going to also be stating more of a purpose instead of this group doing this and that group doing that. There's going to be, and I don't really like this, this is cool, there's going to be more third world developments that's going to actually become tourist attractions, which is actually going to up their standard of living. And it's not going to be held as destroying the environment. They're going to actually be able to use the natural environment to bring in the tourist. Drinking water, and I'm not sure where this is, except I don't believe it is in, both are in this country. There's going to be water found in what I'm going to call desert areas. That's going to actually be good for bringing about greenery and restoring some habitat. The economy is, the international economy is going to start having problems as credit dries up, and this is going to be for business and trade, and it's actually going to be starting by dealing with the trades, the shortage of products that are brought about by all of a sudden the trade shifting. We've had trade embargo. There's been some cutting back of production, and all of a sudden there's going to be a shortage, so there's going to start being some economic problems, and this is going to be on the international front. It's going to kind of affect everyone. I am looking at a major breakthrough in cancer and infectious diseases, and it's going to be coming from an international science background. Puerto Rico is going to be getting a good boost from the private sector. The oil supply is going to be cut back on, and it's going to be dealing more with the unrest that is going to be happening over in the Arabic countries. The economy is going to be somewhat unstable on an international basis, but it is not going to fall apart. There is no reason to panic. It's just going to be a lot of emotional, what I'm going to say, fighting with everybody trying to gain their share of the money. This is a great time for international travel. It's going to be good bargains, and it's going to also be countries really, really trying to make impressions to bring forth a nice tourist impression. Let's see. Countries seeking peace. That's going to be mostly Asian countries, and what they're going to be doing is trying to avoid conflict and trying to stay out of everybody else's mess. On the national front, the national economy is going to be good. There is going to be a major revamping of educational funding, and that's going to be both on the secondary school level and the college university level. There's going to be a revamping of student loan repayment, but I will tell you now, it is not going to be a total forgiveness program. Increase in random acts of violence in the middle class, and that's going to be in this country. And here's the thing, this is both with the terrorists and with the random acts of violence. It has to do with people just flat out being angry. There's going to be a review of mental illness issues, and it's going to be moving toward a change. It's not going to necessarily be a complete change, but it's going to be moving in that direction. The economy on a national basis, it's going to weaken, but it is no need to panic. Just be cautious going into the last part of 2020. Again, don't panic. It's just going to be kind of a slowing down, a cautioning, and this is a real good time to be paying attention to your priorities concerning your finances, your time, everything to do with moving forward with your gifts and your calling. There's going to be, and this is, and Chase and I kind of agreed on this, and we hadn't talked about it, but there is going to be a drop in the stock market in midsummer that will hurt a lot of speculation. It's going to cause a tightening of the credit, but this is actually moving toward getting our economy more stable, because I'm going to say this, there's actually kind of too much money going around, which is actually creating more of a problem that could lead to a big meltdown. Goods are going to be more expensive, a result of the trade war, and it's not just the trade war with China. There is going to be a lot of companies that are going to be merging, and it's going to be reflected in the 2021 employment or unemployment figures. On the state level, great movies coming out of the state of Texas. And when I say great movies, I'm not talking about your home movies, I'm talking about like your cinemas that you're going to be seeing at the movie theater. There's going to be a new hate crime measure, and I really felt like it was going to have to do with some of the random violence that's going to kind of be going around in the country. Child Protective Service is going to have a shake-up, but nothing major is going to change. Give you time to check out. Economy is going to be okay because more of oil and the Middle East are problems. Election is going to produce more young leaders. That is leaders in their early 20s and 30s. There's going to be a tightening up of convictions, and meaning that it's not going to be as easy to get out of prison as it has been. There's going to be a backdoor attempt to start a state income tax. It's not going to work, but they're going to give it a shot. There's going, and this is in the state of Texas, a new drug that is going to, I feel like is going to be developed in Texas for bipolar. Exposure of a voting fraud will make for a more meaningful correction. A exposure of voting fraud will make for a more meaningful correction, and this is more about somebody get caught doing something, and when they catch it, they will be able to fix a lot of other things. Many upsets in the elections. There's going to be a major company moving from Texas, and the surprise is going to be totally unexpected. On the local front, the economy is going to be good. Again, be cautious, but don't be fearful. There's going to be 3 new firms moving to Tarrant County. And I define the new firms as being, they will make a significant impact on the local economy. Real estate is going to be mostly stable through 2020. Then you're going to kind of see a softening of the market. It's not going to be a depression, but it's kind of a softening of the market. There's going to be a renewed push to regulate through code enforcement, zoning concerning overnight renters or rentals, and that's more like going to be, I guess, your Airbnbs and your different types of residential type properties, and it's going. There's going to be a result of some type of crime activity. So the city is going to make sure that they are not going around being unregulated. Look for a lowering of property taxes. I can't wait to see that. Which lowering of property taxes. I'm gonna take my hand down.
For all of Texas?
No, this is just local. National honor for some Fort Worth students in the science area. More public work being shown to reflect tax dollars. And I think that's going to have to do with the fact that it's time for property taxes to come back, and they're going to be trying to say, but this is what we do with your property taxes. Tourism in the city is going to be up. Now, on the personal front, I've got 2 people, and I'm talking about people that are in this room, that are looking at purchasing homes. I need you to go ahead, quit procrastinating, and just go ahead and do it. It'll be all right. One person in here is going to experience a bad relationship breakup, but within 3 months, they're going to be with somebody new and totally happy. I'm looking at 4 grandchildren, 3 girls, 1 boy. And I'm looking at 3 job promotions. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.